Hello everybody and welcome back to Toto Tournament of the Old World. We're still in the prelims, but we're getting to the end now. We're in the final stretch of factions as Jeffrey, the referee, says we are a go-go here at the steps of Isha, but we're not seeing any elves prancing about in these steps. Oh no, it's the turn of the Tomb Kings, the undead, I don't know what, Egyptians I guess they are. First we have Settra the Imperishable's forces as he's going against High Queen Khalida. He's bringing a unit of skeleton chariots, which are, in my opinion, kind of crap, because chariots just don't work the way I think they should in this game. Skeleton archers, very useful unit as always. Some Tomb Guard, a hard-hitting but also well-defended melee infantry unit, alongside a unit of Tomb Guard with swords. So we've got a halberd for our anti-cavalry option and just some good old sword infantry. They're rather impressive, nice-looking weapons there. We've got Settra himself on the back of a War Sphinx, which is one of the many constructs that the Tomb Kings bring to the battle. And over on the flank, we have a unit of Nehekara horsemen, which are a unit of pretty standard cavalry. They're Kopesh blades ready to slice and dice as they go around. As I said, across from him though is High Queen Khalida on the opposite hill. She rolled the defense on this one, so she'll be waiting for Settra to approach. She has her own unit of Nehekara horsemen there. Nice, impressive unit as always. But she has some powerful forces in her army. She brings a Tomb Scorpion, controlled by a mummy that is entombed within. Rather cool idea of the unit. As I said, another construct. Powerful weapons. Alongside that, she has the only artillery that the Tomb Kings bring, which is a unit of Screaming Skull catapults. Probably one of the more iconic named units, I think, in Warhammer history. Can't go wrong with a Screaming Skull. Her own unit of skeleton archer chariots, and her main bulk of her force being made up of a couple of skeleton archers, Khalida herself, and some unit of Tomb Guard, one with halberds, one with sword, the same as Settra. We're going to get a look at Khalida here with her serpent staff. She is, well, she's available, guys. Let's see how this battle goes, as Jeff has given the go-go, as I said earlier, as we've got the two sides now. Settra's supposed to be on the attack, and I don't think that he has brought a particularly large army. Although, to be fair to him, here come the Screaming Skulls. Oh, and did I mention that Screaming Skull catapults do a phenomenal amount of damage per hit? Not only do they cause huge morale drop every time that they hit something, in the case of hitting an undead unit, it causes their binding to reduce, which is the white bar you can see rapidly dropping there. They also do a fair amount of explosive damage, and you're going to see how effective a unit of Screaming Skull catapults can be in this battle when they're used properly by the AI. There are other battles where we've seen the artillery been used very poorly, but this is an example of well deployed artillery. Alongside some very powerful spells that get used here, as both Khalida and Settra. Pretty much all the Tomb Kings are spellcasters. They don't really have much in the way of melee-focused units. I think Settra is on a big disadvantage in this one, mainly because Settra is a very expensive general. He's the most expensive one that's available to the Tomb Kings, and I think this is one of the big detriments when trying to run a series like this, is there's no way of equaling the sub points cost or any way of bringing that in. So when I'm rolling armies, I'm just hitting the generate army button until it comes up with a force that has the general that I want, and then removing any elite units like the special named ones, units of renown, that kind of thing, and then basically generating an army based off that, and trying to come up with something that uses as many of the points, and just for everyone so they know what it is, it's 8,000 points each. To try and give them something equal in that respect, or as close to. But unfortunately, because of the cost, like Settra is over 3,000 points right off the bat. Now, by default, what it usually does is it picks all of the best equipment for general. So the biggest mount, all of the special items and equipment. I could take those off them, but all of the others I was rolling exactly the same thing, and we do have some of the more famous generals getting in. We do see a lot more of the unexpected generals, so I think if I ever run this series again, I will probably have the generals brought down to their bare minimum, i.e. no special mounts, no special equipment or abilities. It would be pretty much just the general, like, out of the box, what they come with at the beginning of a campaign type setup instead. Let's see if that levels out the scores a bit more, I don't know. Sometimes it's just down to what the AI decides to do. So as we can see here, the Screaming Skull catapults have just literally ripped apart one skeleton archer. You can see most of them dead over there, and there's another one just getting slowly picked apart as that unit just forces them to begin to crumble. Settra's in the middle of High Queen Khalida and the Tomb Guard, but he's already basically lost one of his infantry units. He's got another one here that's, you know, mopping up pretty well. His skeleton chariots have engaged her skeleton chariot archers over on the flanks, but chariots don't do very well in the melee. They're meant to be running around and crashing into things as a micromanaged cavalry unit, and not really doing much of anything at the moment. Just to be honest, it just looks like they're all having some kind of weird convention or meeting as their wheels spin on the grass ineffectively. Both of the archer units perfectly positioned on the hill here, and what's really bad for him, and it's not going to get any better, is this Tomb Scorpion. Tomb Scorpions are absolutely murderous units. Not only are they pretty much immune to any kind of, you know, morale checks or anything like that, they cause an immense amount of damage. They're incredibly fast. They do a lot of damage quickly, and they're well armored, which makes them very, very difficult to kill. They cost a lot by comparison. Constructs for the Nehekara forces are usually quite expensive, but there's a reason for that, and it's because they can do so much bloody damage. I mean, look how fast this thing. This is it just walking. I don't even think this is a charge. And it's an impressive unit. It looks great in game. And this thing will just start to slowly tear apart Settra now. Settra's not looking too great anyway. He's lost most of his hit points. His sword infantry, which they've literally just died, but I'm surprised they were going as long as they did. But we're down to Settra now. He's running around in this copse of woods. He's being chased by a scorpion. He's being chased by Khalida. He's being chased by all of Khalida's forces. There's a Screaming Skull catapult lining up a headshot. There's some archers looking around for a shot. But Settra's going to go in. He's going to breathe some magical energy on a chariot and not really do much else. Did he kill one? He did. He killed a chariot. He's got to feel good about that, but it's pretty much over. High Queen Khalida has won this battle quite decisively, let's say. There's no two ways about it. Even the Screaming Skull, regardless of friend or foe, is going to chuck in some rounds in there. Everybody wants a piece. They all want to get a touch. As Settra is literally, and he is finally dead. He was already dead, now he really is dead. And that's going to end this battle. I'm pretty sure Jeff is about to call it any second now. There it is. So we go over to the stats. So, we can see from both sides here that it was 565 to 610. Not insurmountable difference in number, but we can see the stat difference. Settra did 77 kills. His Tomb Guard only killed 4. His Halberd Tomb Guard 47. But as you can see, because of the Screaming Skull catapult, neither of the archers did anything. The Skeleton Chariots in the end killed nothing, did damage but killed nothing, and the Nehekara Horsemen got 19. On the opposite side of the field, 120 kills for High Queen Khalida, 6 for her Tomb Guard, 27 for her other Tomb Guard. Her archers admittedly didn't do much either, but 50 for her horsemen, 20 kills for the chariots. We've got 3 kills for the Tomb Scorpion, and 177 for the Screaming Skull catapult. You can just see the massive difference here in the quality of both forces. 213 losses for her faction to 565 as the entire force, with 397 remaining. It's not even a close defeat, I'd say. I think that's wrong. I think this was a decisive victory for her forces. And yeah, that's round 1 of the Tomb Kings. We'll see where it goes from there. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll catch you for the next one. Bye bye.